I don't know geography really well. You're in
It's a north of
North Denver.
yeah, 25 minutes from Denver downtown.
And Carmen, one of her specialties is ping pong. She did
Ping
win
pong
most.
queen, I was, yeah.
Last year,
Last
most
year,
of the
that was
ping
my
pong
title.
games, yeah, she just kind of rubbed her noses in the dirt. Thanks for coming. Anyway, I asked
Which one were
Carmen
you? You got yours on.
if she would just share something that she thought was
Amen.
worthwhile to help all of you in your journey to furthering your practices. So, Carmen, I'll give you the floor.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Carmen Burke. I practice in Boulder, Colorado. I am from Colombia. I practiced 10 years in Colombia, conventional dentistry. So when I came to the US, I came because I got married with Shamberg, and I went to, and I did my international dentist program at Loma Linda University. And when I was finishing there, they were offering us jobs, and I couldn't believe I was going to have 7 patients at the same time. And they were just saying, just sign the contract, 3 years. And I said, but they haven't even talking to me. Like, they don't know my personality, if I'm going to be a good asset or something for the company. I said, no, this doesn't sound good for me. So then I found holistic dentistry. We were involved in vaccinations with the kids and just researching things, because we want the best for our kids. And one of the moms asked, what is holistic dentistry? And so my husband told me, what is that? I said, I don't know, let's search. So we did a search and we found Shelby Collins. She's a hygienist, and she has been a hygienist for many years, holistically. And she's very active in the IOMT. So she told me about the IOMT, and she told me that year was going to be a meeting in Las Vegas, and I was in Loma Linda, so it was just 3 hours driving. And when I went to the website, I felt like, oh, this is what I want to do. Because I have the experience in Colombia for my conventional dentistry, and I was feeling like something was missing. Like I was just doing, crowns, fillings, extractions, root canals, but I wanted something more meaningful. So when I found that IOMT, I started going, I became a member, and I was passionate about it, but I wanted to learn more. And Shelby and 2 more colleagues told me about the classes that Dr. Wall teaches here in Utah. I did some classes with Dr. Phil Mollica in New Jersey, but at that time I was finishing Loma Linda, so I was really overwhelmed with and my kids were little, so I couldn't get many things from there, but it was a really good start. But then I did the series with Dr. Wall last year, and it has been amazing. So the way that Dr. Wall teaches is amazing because it's very practical. Every time that I came here for a class, I could go to my practice and start doing things for my patients. And I am just fascinated how all the teeth are connected to the body, and it's amazing. And Dr. Wall has been an angel. He always helped me with my patients, and if I have a consult, I text you. I hope I'm not bothering you too much. But it's amazing. Now I help people cry, and they say, this is what I was holding me back in my procedure. So I started my classes here with the laser, with Fotona. And I bought it that weekend because I saw that he was using Fotona for every procedure. And I started using it in my practice, and I got like fascinated also with that, with the outcomes. So one of the things that I want to share with you, that I was going to bring a case, but I couldn't, my computer is not working, so I love doing extractions, and I did a lot of extractions in Colombia, Loma Linda, so when I learned the holistic way to do it, I started using the laser, the ozone, and the PRF. I started my practice 3 years ago, and yesterday was my anniversary, so 3 years yesterday.
Happy anniversary!
Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy. So I started doing that, and I did my laser. So last year, when I came for a class, when I was taking a class, I did an extraction for my manager. So she's a young lady, but she got a root canal in number 14 when she was 18 years old. She was always telling me, I feel something there, but I was taking a CBCT x-rays and I didn't see anything, and I knew she wasn't ready for the extraction. And I said, just let's check, I don't see anything. But she was just talking to the patients. All the patients were saying, oh, since Carmen extracted this root canal, my life changed. Like, oh my God. So she was like putting all the dots together, and she said, that's what I feel. So she noticed that what she was feeling wasn't in the tooth, but she was having headaches, neck pain. She was having some depression and things like that. So when patients were sharing with that, she was telling me, Carmen, I need that out. So there was a point when the root cause documentary went out. She said, Carmen, that's what I feel, but I couldn't tell you what it was exactly because it wasn't in your tooth, it was in the rest of the body. I said, okay, let's do it. So I did the extraction, and that day I was coming here for a class. That was 1 year ago, 1 year in March ago. So I did it, and I did only PRF. At that time, I wasn't placing implants, and I wasn't thinking about that, and she told me I cannot afford implants, so it wasn't the plan. So I never thought about bone graft or anything like that. So I only did the PRF, the ozone, and the laser, the sweep with the laser. So now, Dr. Wall, when I started coming here, Dr. Wall, so one of the good things about doing extractions with those three things is that I noticed the healing is way better than the extractions that I did in Colombia or in Loma Linda, in California. So I was really encouraged. More people started coming to me because I used those three things. And Dr. Wall was telling us the combo in holistic is ozone and laser, and you know that the other things, but especially those two things. So I use ozone and laser for every procedure in my practice. So last year I got an associate because we got very busy because more people are realizing the holistic is the way that they want to be treated. So I got an associate, and we came here for the class. So I bought the second laser, and she uses also the laser for everything. So we use it for everything. So Dr. Wall was telling me, okay, you're doing the extractions, but in town the surgeons were placing cadaver bone graft, and I was like, can you offer autogenous bone graft or or the calcium phosphate? And they were like, no, it's another procedure, it's painful. And I said, can you offer? And they decide if they want to pay and if they want to deal with the pain, because they rather do that than having an autoimmune reaction or something like that. But it has been really difficult, even though I am in Boulder, which is really holistic minded, but they don't want to. Like, no, and they're asking me, and I don't want to have that conversation with the specialists, especially the ones that I know, because they are always here, and they are in the Colorado Dental Association, and they're like, but why? So, so just related to that, this year, so Dr. Wall was telling me you have to start doing the implants, and I said, but I'm not sure, and he said you're leaving your patients halfway. So I got encouraged by him. So I met here Dr. Sarah Ruth, Dr. Javi Oliva, and he does a training in place. So he came to my practice. All the patients were excited, like, yes, I want. And I was telling them it's a training. They came, everybody showed up. We did the training. It was amazing. He has been really helpful for us, and also Dr. Wall. And we started doing implants, and so everything was happy. So my manager, I say, would you like the implant? But I don't know how is your bone. It was 1 year ago, because I was in May, more than 1 year. I didn't place any bone graft or anything, but let's check. So we took a CBCT. The bone was amazing. She has the implant. So that's a really good, I wanted to share that with you, because a lot of the surgeons are telling me, no, you have to place the cadaver because otherwise no implant and they lose the bone. And I was like, oh, but now with that, and I learned that the best time to try the implant is when you do the extraction. So we're trying that, but at the same time, the sweeps, the ozone and the PRF was great for her. She doesn't have depression anymore. She was in pills. The back, the pain in the neck, and the headaches, everything. She's so happy with that after the extraction. And it was ready for the implant. So it was a really good. She had a good, the sinus was high, which was helping, but the resorption was minimum, and we could put the implant. So it's there, it's working fine. And now I'm doing biostimulation. When I do my follow-ups, I ask Dr. Wall, can I do a little bit of ozone and biostimulation? So every time that they come, I do a little bit of ozone, biostimulation, and they're working really well. And so I am sad. I was going to share something to you as well. It was a patient that he came with a huge infection in number 14 too. And he had the oroantral communication since then. And he said, oh, what are you going to do? And I said, let me just put PRF, do the ozone, the laser. Let's do that, let's clean that well, and you just don't blow your nose for 6 weeks. He was really obedient. And then I have the x-ray, how well it closed without anything. So in these days, I have another patient that I extracted number 14. And I told him, don't blow your nose, we put the PRF, this can work, this is fine. So he went to, he came to Utah for camping and all the things. So he blew his nose. He told me that he was using the thing for the clean the nose, the sinus, the patting, that one. And I said, no. So he came and said, I'm feeling something. I said, of course, you remember this? And I said, yes, but I just didn't pay attention. I said, okay, come and we can do maybe the PRF and clean. But then he went to the ENT. So the ENT sent him to a oral surgeon in Boulder that I know. That he's a really nice guy, but he loves cadaver bone graft. So he came, they sent me oh, thank you for your referral. I didn't refer him. I said, okay, good, thank you. I said, sure. I said, good, thank you. So he came for a cleaning and he said, oh no, I'm feeling better. And I said, oh, and I saw bone graft. And I said, do you know which bone did he place? Oh yeah, he offered 2. I said, because I asked that surgeon, can you offer autogenous? Just offer, and charge for your time and whatever, you just charge, but offer. Oh no, he told me only bovine or cadaver or human. And I said, oh, which one do you choose? So I got a cadaver, the human one, and I said, okay, good. But now I feel very,